Say hello to my little friends. Morning. It's raining. Today's video, fire ants. I'll show you a couple different ways you can treat, plus the way we treat. Tomorrow's video, we're going to talk about dirt booster compost piles. You really need to start thinking about your vegetable gardens. If you're going to plant a vegetable garden, you need to start preparing your soil, make it a living soil. I actually go up here, we're going to try and fire these things up using actual fire and coals plus hot water. We're going to try two different ways to activate these piles. After that, the video is going to be, next video is going to be more about fertilizer. We're going to talk about the different fertilizers that are out. We'll talk about the new fertilizers, new products, bunch of different stuff. Don't forget the lawn guides are out. Get the lawn guides. 2 million people have used them because we don't want your information. Just go there, use them. freelawncareguide.com. Calendars, questions, answers, everything. Let's go talk about fire ants. Here we go. Hey guys, Doc. I don't know why I have sunglasses on. It's been raining, but busy morning this morning. Today I'm going to talk about fire ants. I got a lot of questions about fire ants. I'm going to show you how to treat in 2 different ways. Basically at your home on a residential, small lot up to 1 or 2 acres. And then I'll show you how we treat all these fields up here and all around the pond and all up in this orchard and around everything. So there's 2 different methods. The first method is a spot treat and bait. So I use either Ortho or Bear. Either one of those is fine. In the description below, I'm going to put a link to, I'll build a page and I'll put a link to all these products, and trust me, I'll forget. So remind me if I forget to link to something. I thought I might have, yeah. I try and keep one of these. This is the Bio Advanced. Either Ortho, Bear, Bio Advanced. I keep one of those in my UTV all the time. If I see a pile, I'll just treat it. Go and treat these piles. Just sprinkle a little bit of powder on top. Hit each pile, hit each pile, hit each pile. Then take the granular. They have a spreadable granular that you can spread over your entire yard, and it's a bait, and they take it down in and it kills the colony. If you'll do those 2 things within 30 days, you'll wipe out, I would say, 90 to 95% of your fire ants. That's the simple way to do it. Now, how do we do it on this property? I'm gonna put up some crazy footage for you. I was up when we first bought this property. This place was basically abandoned. There were no fields here. It was huge clumping fescue. Well, all these clumping fescue mounds, a lot of them were actually ant hills. And I'm talking about 2 feet tall, 2 or 3 feet wide. If you stepped in one of them, I'm telling you, you were going to the hospital. I would warn everybody. I said, look down at your feet. Make sure you don't step on one of these huge piles. Well, the same thing. Last year, we had a couple in the garden over here. We had some in all the fields. But last year, I killed, I would say, well over 500 to 1,000, somewhere in that range, fire ant piles individually on this place. Every day I see them, I treat them. And we have taken down that population over time. I would say at least 75% on all these fields, if not more. But that upper field was a cornfield last year. And so I really wasn't able to treat it. So this year I went up there, and I know I treated yesterday probably at least 200 to 300 mounds up in that one field. It's crazy. Now, how do I treat on a large scale? I take a backpack sprayer, and I mix up 2 chemicals. I mix up permethrin and I mix up bifenthrin. I mix up those concentrates, and I put them in my tank sprayer, and I do a mound soak. So I go up there and I spray the mound. And that's basically how I treat it. Now, it's important to understand what you're looking for is you're looking for fine dirt usually, or a different color dirt, especially after a rain. After a rain, the sun comes out, you'll see these fire ants starting to build. But what I look for, because you often don't see a mound, I'm looking on the ground, I'm looking for that fine dirt. Sometimes you'll see little holes in it. And all I do is I walk up and I just touch it, and sure enough, man, the fire ants come out. So, man, you can get lit up on this property. And in the garden last year, we had a couple incidents, but not many. But what's this right here? I see a deer stepped on that one, but see, let's see. Yep, that's fire ants right there, even with this rain. So let me grab that little container, and I'll just show you what I do. And it doesn't take much. All you got to do is, let me see if I find, oh, it's over here. All you're going to do is walk up to your mound and just sprinkle a light coat on that mound, and that's it. That's all you got to do. I want to be careful around my pond because obviously this isn't good for the fish, so I'm just spot treating, and all I'm doing is I'm driving around and looking for these piles. Okay, and so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to step on it, and then the ants, a lot of these are bringing eggs to the surface already. And I'm just going to give it a good coat, and then that's it. Just what I wanted to do, walk my butt off again. Today I walked up here and put out a ton of clover, and I kept seeing all these ant piles up in this upper field. So most of them down here are pretty much gone now. There were so many fire ant piles down there. A good time to treat them is a couple days after a rain, when it starts to get hot. They want to bring those eggs up closer to the surface. Matter of fact, I saw some eggs sitting on the surface. All you got to do is just look for that fine dirt. See, like right there, there's a little bit of fine dirt there. Let's see. Is there any? Yep, there they are. That's all I'm doing. Fine dirt right there. Nope. Here we go. There's some fine dirt sitting on top. Yep. Yeah. Ooh, we're gonna come get you, Doc. No, you ain't. There we go, like this. Holy cow. Gotta spray my foot. Look at that one. See that? Watch this. Look at the eggs up on top. Can you see those eggs that are up on top there? Isn't that crazy? Like every few steps, there's a pile. I'm not even waiting to check them. I'm just spraying them because they're there. Now, could some of these colonies also be connected? Sure could. Just want to make sure they're not crawling up my leg and biting me. I hate them. I do have a reaction. I'm not allergic, but like most people, I get these like white pustules, and man, they itch for days. Oh, there's a huge pile over there. Right there. Look at them all. And you thought your day was going to be boring. We didn't know we'd be watching Doc killing all these ant piles. Let them come out. So I'm not an anthropologist, but I can tell you that I know that a lot of times, like if you disturb these mounds, especially during the sunlight hours, you'll see, oh, that's a queen and it has wings on it. And it actually is a male version. It's a male version of an ant. It's kind of weird. The queen has wings only sort of during the mating process, and then she loses her wings, and the males can actually keep their wings. So you may see 1, 2, 3 ants with wings on it. It's not necessarily the queen. I just want to let you know that. So the queen, after she mates, she actually loses her wing. It's they call it some kind of scar, wing scar. She actually loses her wings. So just because you're seeing ants with wings, that doesn't mean it's the queen. Just a quick note. So let me show you the products that I'm actually talking about and actually using. By the way, if you don't mind, we don't ask this often, But if you would, smash that like button for us. It really does help out the video and the channels. I don't ask that often because it's kind of rude, but like it or dislike it, I don't care either way. Okay, Bear and Ortho make these right here. This one, I can't even read it. It's a Cythentrin, I can't even pronounce it. Anyways, these are those little powder things that you put on the mounds individually. We have these all the time. We treat individual mounds. Next will be the bait, granular bait killer. This is what you're going to put out on your yard. It says 6-month protection, but I have used this before on the Bermuda lawn. Worked fantastic. Treat the individual mounds, put out some bait, problem solved. Large areas. This is Bifenthrin. This is actually a pretty inexpensive brand, Talic. I'll link to it down below. I use this for stink bugs. I use this for, but also it will kill fire ants for a mound soak. The next one, Permethrin. I actually like High Yield. High Yield is a very inexpensive no-name brand. This is a 38%. By the way, if you do get this, make sure you shake it before you use it. Now, they will tell you most of these things, like on Permethrin and everything else, they're going to tell you to drench the mound, like use a gallon of water with X percent. What we do here is we actually use a higher concentration, and we just top treat the mound, and we let the rain carry it down naturally. So that's the way we treat it up here. It's a lot faster than trying to drench with a whole bunch of water. We use those tanks, and it works fantastic. Hope this video's helped. Hit subscribe, and got a bunch more coming out. Doc.